Hi everybody, Denny Boober here for Fridays with Fox on Fox 23 and our social media channels. We're here talking with people and places and events that make Hattiesburg the community that we all know and love. Today we're visiting with Alejandro Wooten from the Hattiesburg Arts Council. Learn a little bit more about them, learn a little bit about some of the events that they've got going on and the impact that they are making on our greater community. So Alejandro, and I understand Ali?
Awesome. Alejandro Wooten, but most people call me Ali, or Ali, or Alex even, I'll answer to. As long as you call me something that starts with an A, I'm good with it.
Good deal.
Well, most things start.
Most things start with that. I got you.
You get what I'm saying. But
well,
yeah.
Hey, thank you for joining us today so we can learn a little bit more about the Arts Council and what you all are doing.
Exactly.
We're standing here just for their reference
Sure.
and to kind of get our conversation going. In the middle of the Hattiesburg Cultural Center and an exhibition of four female Mississippi artists.
Yes.
Why don't we start there and tell us a little bit about
it? What we have showing right now, the opening for this was actually, as I look at when this happened, it was September 14th. We had a nice reception here. It was really great. And at the time also we had two visiting artists that one of them did jewelry, Shand Stamper, and her partner Mitch Kimball, who did ceramics, and that was a great day for sales and being able to pick up some nice things as even gifts looking towards the holidays and things of that nature. So that was part of the overall exhibit and reception, but they don't live here, so they had to pack up and go on. But now this exhibit is about to come down, and we have in this exhibit Joe McCraney, Barbara Ann Carver-Hunt, Susan Stevens, and Deanna Douglas. Beautiful pieces, fine art pieces, and I think it was well received by the community.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned the ceramics, you mentioned the jewelry, and obviously we're in, are these acrylics, I'm assuming?
Well, a lot of these artists are mixed media. Let's say you're gonna have oil, you're gonna have acrylic, you're gonna have upstairs, Barbara Ann Carver-Hunt works in a technique where she builds Prismacolor pencil. And when you look at her colors, it's layers and layers and layers of the pencil that look like one color, but it's actually several colors.
Well, we're talking about the exhibition, and clearly there's several different kinds of mediums in here that you all don't deal with just one.
Exactly. By it being the Hattiesburg Arts Council, we have hosted and done collaborations with quite a few different other organizations, other disciplines. We've had dance presentations. We've had poetry presentations, musical events and recitals. I'm trying to think of what else goes in there. Dance, theater. Presentations here, because this hall lends itself to very intimate kinds of interactive audience participation sometimes. You know what I mean? Where you have a presentation going on and people are allowed to kind of ask questions or even be a part of, sometimes we do coffee talks that are extremely educational about a particular subject. So education is a large part of what we do here at the Hattiesburg Arts Council as well.
Okay. So you're talking about your collaborations.
Yes.
A second ago. Tell us a little bit about some of your calendar, and has there been any kind of confusion with some of that?
Well, sometimes in Hattiesburg, a lot of acronyms always start with H something, H this, H that. So we are Hattiesburg Arts Council, which makes us the HAC. And so every now and then, I may go somewhere and they go, "You did such a great job," and I'm like, okay, but it may be another organization. And I always like to give credit where credit is due when I have the ability to. But that's just the nature of it. Acronyms can trip people up every now and then. But basically, Hattiesburg Arts Council will have an event or two or even more, depending on the month, every single month of the year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and usually always free and open to the public, unless we are doing a fundraiser.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
stands to reason.
Exactly. Got to do that.
Okay. Well, let's look ahead a little bit.
Okay.
November, the holiday season. I'm assuming you guys have some big things on the
Of
horizon.
course. Well, I do want to say we just finished our 31st annual, I guess you could say, Brown Bag Concert Series, which takes place in Fountain Park behind City Hall. And again, that's been going on for 31 years. It'll be a musical act, food and drink, and we have sponsors like Coca-Cola that give us the truck and the drinks, and then the local restaurants give us food. Yeah, and so we sell lunches for $8, and that's a fundraiser. So that just finished. In November, we have the Emerging Artist show, and a competition, I guess, but we don't do awards and ribbons and things of that nature. Now, if you're an artist and you're not an established artist in a gallery or anything like that, you still have time to apply. The deadline for that is November 4th. You would go on our website, which is HannesburgArtsCouncil.com, and see the application there. It explains what you need to do. The actual show is going to be November 16th. And again, that deadline date is November 14th. We also showcase in the upstairs, the third floor, we have the high school exhibit. Okay. Now for the holidays, we are going to be celebrating. You can say celebration in that it's a memorial tribute to a local celebrity. His name was Brian Blair. Okay, and he was a pianist here in Hattiesburg. A lot of people knew him, I should say, or however we want to put that. During candle lighting, which to my knowledge is on December 14th, we're going to open the entire cultural center. And so upstairs, you're going to have a cash bar, and you're going to have entertainment and have a Christmas theme going. The only fundraising we have in that is the cash bar itself, because we're going to make it free and open to the public. Downstairs will be open as well, which is the Historical Society, and there's a lot of memorabilia of Brian Blair's down there as well. Up here, you'll see a lot of his memorabilia and scrapbooks and the things he accomplished while he was alive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ultimately, this is a compliment towards you, but with this ambitious calendar, or with this big calendar, I'm guessing you don't do this alone.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that. I have a wonderful, I call her my partner in crime, and her name is Mary Lucas Hollowell, and she's considered to be the arts facilitator. That's what my position was before I stepped into the position of executive director 3.5 years ago. So she assists me. She knows how to host. She knows how to turn on that hospitality, and I couldn't get through the days without her. Because you have to have a second person even to run ideas by.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if someone who is non-artist wants to volunteer and be a part of everything you've got going on, is that doable, or how would that look?
Well, I would say, always the best thing to do if you're of the generations that follow the electronic media like Facebook and your Instagram. We don't have a Twitter account, but follow what we're doing, and you can see how to get involved. We do have a 15-member board. The board members elect the board members. I'm not allowed to really say who should be on the board. They do that. And so they're the driving force behind what we do. I will give you the history of the fact that this organization was established in 1970 as a 50, yes, its own 501c3. We do receive state funding from MAC, municipal from the city and county, and a few other foundation grants that we get for special programs.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So in your involvement with the Hattiesburg, and I'll even go so far as to say the Pine Belt artist community, what's been your biggest surprise that you've encountered?
Well, it's not even a surprise, because I went, I'm from Meridian, in 87, I came to the University of Southern Mississippi majoring in the arts. I've always known that Hattiesburg in particular, I mean, you can go to Oxford, you can go to Jackson, you can go to the coast and all that, and there's just talent in Mississippi, period, and in the Pine Belt. But Hattiesburg has what can we say, a real refined kind of group of people. Most of the people here have been exposed to education in the arts at USM. And so that makes a little bit of difference in that.
Okay. So if for the general public, you have one thing that you would want them to remember about our conversation today, what would you say that would be?
I would say, come see what we do, because the arts, be it visual, be it music, be it theater, dance, you have to experience it, and often it'll change your life. And with me, it's if I can make the difference in one person, young person, elderly person, you name it, that's what makes my life or my job worth doing.
Awesome. Well, Ali, thank you for taking the time to visit with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody out there, for tuning in and being a part of our conversation. And as always, if you have ideas of people we should visit or events we should go to and take part in, please send those to us in a direct message or drop them in the comments on this video. And we'd love to reach out to them and have them be a part. Until next time, this is Denny Bubrick for Fox 23 and Fridays with Fox.